I'm Dudley.
And
This is Deaf and Dumb.
Yes, it is.
You already said that.
I already did say
You
that.
said welcome to Deaf and Dumb.
I think I overdid it this time.
You changed things, Daniel.
I have not changed.
And we can never go back.
I have never changed anything.
We can never go back.
Oh, okay.
It has changed.
I think I peaked this microphone a little too much.
Yeah, and my ears don't work anymore. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello, brother.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Yes.
The only show.
I don't think so. I'm sure there's a plethora of shows.
Do you know what a plethora is?
I know what a plethora is.
You have a good week?
Yeah.
I didn't.
It was actually it was just an okay week.
Not a great.
I wasn't very productive,
My
but
week-
you know, whatever.
My week was okay until I didn't get to play a lot of games.
Yeah.
But I had some issues.
Yeah.
With the my debit card.
Yeah.
Somebody else is using it.
Yeah. This is like the second time in, what, a month?
No, second time in like 3 months. About 3 months ago, I had problems with...
We talked about it on the show, too,
Yeah,
I think.
I talked about it on the show. Someone was using my old debit card, which apparently was still active
Yeah.
for whatever dumb reason.
Yeah.
So it was supposed to be canceled, or I've been using the new card, and I went to pay a bill last Thursday,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, I'm going to check my bank account before I make this payment.
Yeah.
And I looked at it, and I thought, well, I'm poor, but not this poor. and so I looked through the stuff, and there were some questionable purchases
Yeah.
that did not belong to me. Most in the $90 range.
Yeah.
And I was like, I did not.
In,
These
like,
are-
California.
Yeah, exactly. 2 of them were in California, and one... Yeah, actually all of them were in California. And then apparently when I called the card people to cancel my card and get up so I can stop this,
Yeah.
they were like, yeah, there's 2 more showing up that aren't on my statement yet. And one of them's like, Hungry Howie's in Michigan. And I'm like, yeah, no. And
I am not in Michigan,
Uh-huh.
and I would not go to a place called Hungry Howie's.
Well, we used to have one here.
Did we?
Yeah, it's not here anymore.
Yeah.
But we did have... It's a pizza place.
It's not here anymore?
No.
That's the, make your own and take it home and cook it.
No, that's a different place.
No. Okay,
This one, they cook it for you.
Oh.
There was, for a brief, I don't remember what it was called, but it was a pizza place. You could go in, and you basically buy a frozen pizza, and you take it home and cook it yourself.
And just cook it yourself.
I don't know who would... I can
You
go
know
to
what the
Pizza
name of this
Hut.
place? It's called Walmart.
So, anyway.
Someone
So-
stole your money.
So someone was stealing my money. I had to cancel my card, and I don't know how. I haven't had that card long enough for it to be stolen.
Yeah.
But and so that was annoying. So I don't have a card, and so I was kind of down about that.
Yeah.
And then
I have my own money card story.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Except I know who the culprit is.
Oh.
I had a charge in my account this week
Oh.
as well, and it was for $100, $107.17 to be exact, from Amazon.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I did not buy anything from Amazon this week, not for $107.17. And so I called Amazon. I was like, I don't know what this is. What is this? It said Amazon Prime, and I was like, I don't know what this is. And the guy was like, oh, well, let's see. And I was like, maybe it's because I knew your card had been stolen, and I was like, maybe my old card got charged, and it was my old card. And they were like, oh, did any other account have this card? I was like, I don't think so.
No, not true.
And then I made a comment. I was like, yeah. And he was like, yeah, I've seen this happen before. And he goes, I was like, oh, okay. And he goes, yeah. I said, my brother had an issue with it because our bank got new cards, and so he had an issue with it too. And he goes, oh, what's your brother's name? I was like, that's a little personal, but I'll tll you. I was like, his name's Daniel. And I was like, he's like, oh, okay, that's who it's charged to. And I was like, what had happened was. I had used your account. This is probably, who knows how long ago.
Yeah,
because
forever
I've had
ago.
this. This is an old card, and so I had used your account to order something, probably because you had Prime.
I had Prime at the time, and you didn't.
And I
didn't. So we didn't want to pay for shipping, so I purchased it using your card on my account.
So my card was on your account, and then for
Which
whatever reason,
what happened was I never updated my card
on Amazon.
and so my old card was not working anymore. So they went to like the next card, which was mine,
yours. And so they charged me.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
And also, I got a bone to pick with Amazon because I did not receive a notification. I did not receive any kind of email. Nothing that my Prime membership was coming up for due. And
they never do. They'll send you one after you've been charged, if I remember right.
No, they never sent me anything for yours. For when they charge your card, they never sent me a thing, which is a little annoying. Yeah. And I went and looked, and you have to tell you. You have to click a button to tell it to tell you when they're going to charge you in advance, and then also, pick what how they handle it. So I went and I got rid of all the old cards on my account.
Yeah,
because I had a bunch of old ones, and like your account, I think I had Mom's card on there because I had ordered something for her and little things like that. So I dumped them all, and just my newest card, which I will have to dump very soon because it's not good anymore.
Yeah.
And it's been annoying because this weekend, it's been a weird, rough week, and I was just like, I just want a new game to play, and that'll cheer me up, something new. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna either buy the Mario Rabbids game or the Lego Worlds on Switch. Yeah. I've been wanting to play something on my Switch. Those both look great. I've been really wanting to play the Mario Rabbids game, and then I realized it didn't even occur to me till yesterday on Saturday
that you have no way to pay for it.
I was like, I'm just gonna buy it. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna buy it. And I was like, oh wait, I have no way to pay for it. And I was like, well, shit. So I haven't got them because I don't have a card, and I'm living off some cash for a week until they send me my new card, and I'm just like, I don't like this. And I just went through updating all my accounts with the new card.
Yeah. Now you have to do it all again.
I have to do it all over again.
Yeah. Thankfully, because my old card got charged, I called our bank and I got them to cancel that card because apparently I had to do that.
Yeah.
So, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's been a weird week as far as money goes.
Yeah. But, it did push me to do a few things. Like, I had an old Yahoo email account I've had forever. And, within the year, I don't remember how long ago because again I have no concept of time, but I think it's within the last year. Yahoo had a big security breach thing that they talked about, and after that happened, I was like, I gotta get rid of my Yahoo account.
Yeah.
I'm just, it's old, it's mostly full of spam and a bunch of random things tied to it, and so I was like, I'm just gonna slowly switch everything off of it to my newer email account, not on Yahoo, and then I'll get rid of it. Well, I kind of put it off, and I only moved a few things. And so after this whole card thing, and I was just like, you know what? I need to downsize some of this stuff. So I went through and started migrating everything from that I had tied to my Yahoo account, which wasn't much left. And then I was going to close it.
Yeah.
Well, then I realized that when I was looking through it, I remembered I have 2 Origins accounts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because apparently at some point I bought, like, The Sims. I think that's the first one I got. And then, so I had to buy the new Sims. I set up an Origins account, and it did it. And then kind of forgot about it, and then years later, Titanfall came out, and I was like, I want to get Titanfall. And I was it's on Origins. I've never used this, and I set up an account.
With a different email.
And, so I didn't realize that and then when I bought Battlefield 1, I ended up back on the other account. So I had 2 games on one account. I had Battlefield 1 in The Sims and Titanfall on 2 separate Origins accounts. And it's hilarious because my name was literally the exact same name, just an extra number on it. And I was just like, this is dumb. So I was like, and I went through the process. And you can move games from one account to another by talking to the tech support people. So I spent half an hour on tech support, and they migrated my games from one account to another. So all of them are in one place.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, I'm just going to close this account out. And I thanked the guy, and I closed out. And I was like, how do I close the account? And he was like, oh, you have to go through tech support to shut down this account.
So
I was
like, call him again?
I don't want to get back on the I didn't call him. I could have. I just did the chat.
Yeah.
Which I prefer. And I and so I was like, I do want to go. Do I want to spend half an hour to get back on the chat with somebody just to close the account? no, I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm gonna abandon it. Whatever, I don't care. And so it's good. I don't have anything tied to it anymore, so whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I migrated that. I did a bunch of little things like that, just consolidating, getting rid of stuff. And I shut down an email I probably had for like 15 years. I've had it for a long time.
Yeah, I have the same kind of situation where now I started working on moving some stuff, and then I'm just like, I have so much shit on this email. I get so far, and I'm like, I don't want to deal with this anymore.
Like,
and
shutting down an email account and updating cards, it's so much work because you're looking through it trying to see what is using this card or what using this email and trying to track it all down and go through those, log into them. Some of you haven't logged into in a long time, and remembering passwords and switching it over, and they all have a different process of changing it. Some of them it's just super quick and easy. Some of them it's like go through all these hoops, and it's such a nightmare.
Yeah, but I dealt with it a little bit doing it. I was like, that's why I did like 4 accounts and changed the email, and then I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. Stop. And I was like, I'll pick up again later this week and try to do some more until I whittle it down to nothing. I did buy a game this week, though.
Yeah?
Because, I was like, I don't need to spend money, but I want to buy a game.
I know.
And so I was sitting there going, my student loan payments is due. And then I was like, I want to buy this game. Then I was like, I moved like money over from my savings account into my account. I'm like, I could buy a game. And
I don't have enough money.
What's the savings for? I'm just going to move it over. I don't do anything with this money. I'm just going to spend it.
That's the right way to look at it.
I moved it over and I went to town and I bought Metroid.
You went to town.
I went to town and spent $40 on Metroid Samus Returns.
Yeah, I was planning to do that same kind of thing. I was just like, you know what, whatever. I need a new game. I'm gonna buy it. And I was torn because I really want that Mario Rabbids game. But it's a $60 game.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is.
Yeah.
50, 60.
$59.99.
Yeah, but the Lego Worlds game looks really good, and it's only like 30. So it was kind of pulling me.
$29.99.
Whatever.
Plus tax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was planning to do that, but then I realized I couldn't. I had money troubles, and so
yeah. Metroid is $39.99.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a little more than I thought. I thought it was going to be $30, and I was like, oh, no, it's $39.99.
So, yeah, I've been playing it, too. Because you got multiple saves.
Yeah,
it's
got 3 save slots.
Yeah,
and my thoughts on the new Metroid game, or the remake of an old Metroid game. At first, I was about it.
Yeah.
It starts off, it gives you a lot of stuff. It adds a lot of things so that, it's the same game, essentially. Going around killing Metroid.
Yeah.
That's the whole game.
Yeah. Metroid Genocide.
Yeah. And there was a few things I kind of... One is hard. It's a pretty decently hard game because they've added some new mechanics for punt, or kind of a hitting swipe thing.
Yeah.
As things run at you, you can hit it.
Like block.
Yeah. Which it can be... I'm not used to, and I keep messing it up.
Yeah.
And so I've died a lot. Because you don't have a lot of health in that game.
Yeah. Stuff hurts a lot.
And stuff hurts you a lot.
Yeah.
But... I don't know if you want me to talk too much because there's something else that comes up later, and I don't know how far you are. But I was griping about the first little power thing you can use, is a little scanning.
Yeah.
And you get it really early in the game.
Yeah.
I don't like that you get it really early in the game.
My counter to that, and I said this to you when you were griping, I was like, just don't use it.
Which I wouldn't want to use it because my thing with the Metroid is you explore and discover all the secrets and all that stuff.
Because the old one didn't have that at all.
It did not have
the
that
old
at
one.
all.
You just and the old one was particularly hard because everything looked the same.
Yeah.
And so it was like same repeating textures and stuff. So it was you go down these hallways and you're like, I don't know
where the secrets are.
I don't have a clue because even then you don't even know where you are because everything looked the same.
Yeah. And if it was that then it would. But I mean, it's really not that hard to see where
Yeah.
the secrets are.
Yeah.
And there may be some that are even more hidden, but
Mhm.
for generally you can kind of go, oh, I bet there's something right
Yeah.
there. I've played enough of these games to know,
Yeah.
I bet there's something there.
Yeah.
But anyway, so it's like scans of like area, and
Uh-huh.
it shows in your map like if there's anything hidden there,
Yeah.
and I don't like it, which wouldn't be a big deal. I would just not use it,
Uh-huh.
but it's a one button press thing.
Yeah.
So I keep bumping it.
Yeah.
And,
Well,
of course, I didn't realize you can cancel
Yeah,
it because
yeah.
you told me that. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, if I'd realized that.
Because I had the exact opposite. I was trying to use it and I kept canceling it. Because like for some reason I thought it was a
lazy
button
bum.
hold.
No.
Like you had to hold A down to do it, and I kept holding it and it
Yeah.
not happening. And then I'd let go of it, and then I would hit it, and then I hit it again, and I end up starting and then canceling it.
Well, I didn't like it, but not long later, you get something else.
Oh yeah.
And you can switch
because
between
you switch
toggle
between
them. And once I did that, I'm like, oh, this is actually really useful,
Yeah.
and it helps a lot.
Yeah.
And once I had that, I wouldn't
haven't-
bump it at all.
I haven't got that yet.
Yes. And
I've been playing it a little bit when you weren't playing it, and I like it so far. It's
That's good.
A little bit touching nostalgia, but they've updated it.
yeah.
And
The Metroid fights are
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, the Metroid fights aren't
They're
like the same
tough.
thing.
They're tough.
Yeah.
And they get harder.
Yeah.
Like I got to the second stage of one of them, and I died like 5 times.
Really?
Yeah. I died a lot.
Yeah.
It took me a while to figure out
Yeah.
the pattern.
Yeah.
And once I had to be patient, and
Yeah.
that was a little hard.
Yeah, that was. I realized that pretty quickly. It's like I just need to wait on some of these. I was
Yeah.
doing the boss fights, and I was like, I keep messing it up, and I realized, I need to wait.
Yeah.
Just dodge his attacks and kind of maneuver, and wait for the right time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
But it's good. The
Yeah.
art in it is great.
Yeah.
The graphics looks nice.
Mhm.
It all looks really good.
Yeah.
And I like it. I'm like maybe 11% into the game.
Yeah, I'm like,
according to the
I don't know.
the last save you were at 10 something.
Oh,
So
was it at 10? I knew
I
I
don't
was
know
like
what it
8
was.
when I started last.
I started last. I was at 11, so I'm a little past that.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Yeah.
I like it. I like some of the ways they've explained, because in the old one, to get to new areas, it was just earthquake would happen, and then the
after
liquid
you kill,
would.
after you kill the right number of Metroids, it's
Yeah.
just like earthquake and the liquid.
Well, now they've added little elements to explain why.
yeah,
A mechanism to lower the burning acid
Yeah.
water.
yeah,
Which is cool.
yeah, and it's cool because the original game was hard, but I remember playing it a lot, and it's cool to see an updated version.
Yeah.
That, of course, we played the unofficial updated version too. I
didn't play very far.
I played it.
I
played
started it,
a
but then
huge chunk of it.
I didn't get very far. And then once they announced this one, I was like, I don't have a reason to play this.
I played a big chunk of it. I don't
Yeah.
know if I finished. I don't remember. I think I finished it. I think I went through the whole thing.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I remember playing it, but I don't remember much.
I have the memory of a goldfish.
But yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
So if you have a 2DS or 3DS
Uh-huh.
and you like Metroid, go
Yeah.
check it out.
Yeah.
I recommend it.
Mhm.
Some things have changed, and I think with all the newer Metroid platformers, they're easier than. I mean,
Oh yeah.
this one's not as bad as I think some of the other ones were.
This one's pretty tough.
It's tougher. The fight. It's more about the fights.
Yeah.
Which
the fights are tougher.
makes sense the way the layout of the
Yeah.
game is. The
Yeah.
boss fights is where it's at.
Yeah.
So that's harder, but the fighting stuff is not. And
Yeah.
and I think that they balanced it better this time than they did with like Metroid Mission Zero or
Yeah.
Fusion, which were almost holding your hands all the way through it.
Yeah.
And they're good games. I just didn't. It's
Yeah,
just like,
they had
there was
some
no
guy coming
challenge
on
to it.
going, "Go here,
Go
I'm like,
here."
I don't like
And
that.
they've done that a little bit in this game, but not too
Yeah.
bad. Like I think it did it once, and then it hasn't done it since. So
Yeah.
it was just like, oh, go back to this, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know. And then, but it hasn't done it again. So I think it's just the one.
Yeah.
So maybe they found the balance of it. But yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah.
Good. I recommend it.
Yeah. I
what-
liked it.
yeah. I've been playing it off and on
Mhm.
through the weekend.
Yeah.
And I'll probably be playing it some more
Yeah.
through the week.
Yeah, I'll grab it when I get a chance. To.
Yeah.
I do enjoy. I like a Metroid game.
Yeah.
I've been liking it. It's nice, something to just kind of play casually. And,
Yeah.
uh,
Robert our brother Rob, he got the he got a set of the amiibos, and he got a set for me as well. So we both have one, even though I don't have it yet.
Oh,
he picked up his, and he sent pictures of it, and they look.
They look amazing.
Two set is Samus and the Metroid. It looks great.
Yeah, the Metroid breaking out of a broken tube.
Yeah,
oh, it looks great.
It looks
they
great.
both look amazing.
Look really good, and I want mine. So Rob, I know you're listening. Bring me my
Bring me my shit.
Bring me my amiibos. I want my amiibos.
Give me my amiibos.
I need it.
I need my amiibos.
I need it. Even though I don't really want to use them on the game because they just make things easier, from what I understand.
Oh yeah.
So I just want them. I just want to add them to my shelf. They can go next to my Link.
Your dust collectors.
And my dust collectors, and they'll be there.
Yeah.
And apparently the Metroid is squishy.
Yeah, it's got like a soft plastic thing going.
Soft plastic, squishy plastic, and then
I might cringe a little bit thinking about it, but I want to touch it.
Spongy.
I know I'm not gonna like it.
I don't think it's sticky.
I know, but I just
unless you put syrup on it or something.
I'm gonna put some syrup on it.
Don't put syrup on my amiibo.
It's amiibo.
My amiibo.
My amiibos.
My amiibos. Bring me my amiibo.
I need my amiibos. I played a Guild Ball match this week.
And I sat and watched. Not really. I was doing my own thing.
Yeah, you were working on. You and John Dorsey were working on models.
Yeah, there was 4 of us this week, but just one game.
Yeah,
and I was learning to. I'd learned, but I was putting my knowledge to practice by pinning and gluing models together.
Yeah.
So I did 2 models.
Yeah.
In the time while y'all were playing and talking to John, and while he was working on a couple of his models as well. Because he had bought the Brewers from Gary.
Yeah,
so
which I hadn't actually looked at the Brewers models before. They look, a lot of them look really good.
They're pretty good looking models.
Pine Pot is probably one of my favorite models.
Yeah.
He's such a good looking model.
Yeah.
And then like all of them are pretty good. But I was running my Morticians, and against Gary's Farmers, and it was the worst game I have ever played.
It was pretty bad.
It was great for Gary. Gary was on fire. I was doing. It was terrible. And then we ended up calling it 11-0 because it was basically the next turn he was going to kill my mascot. Done. There was basically and there was nothing I could do to stop him.
You couldn't stop him.
So it was. We just called it. It was bad. Well, and in my defense, I did not prepare.
No, that's what you've been saying, but I don't believe.
Well, I got some new models,
and
so I was planning to run some combination of some of those, and then I didn't. I also had this idea of I wanted to run a team with Fangtooth and Casket, who are both smelly guys. They have an aura of stinkiness that makes it harder for people to move near them.
Yes.
And then I had Rage, who doesn't care about that. It doesn't affect him at all, and I was going to run him in the middle of them. And I thought that would be cool. And it was kind of a beat-em-up scheme, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't really plan it out. I thought, I want to try this, but then I was like, oh, I have this new captain. I'll just run them with her.
Yeah.
And I realized that I didn't. A lot of it was I didn't really understand how that captain played. It didn't really occur to me until after I finished the game. I like, okay, this is how she's supposed to play. She's a footballer captain, and so.
You weren't there to play football.
I did not put that team together to play some football. That was supposed to be kind of a beat 'em up team, and I should have run it with Obelisk.
Yeah.
So I should have either ran Obelisk with
because
them.
Especially with Obelisk and his like move other players stuff, you could push them into the stink.
Yeah.
And then let Rage take them out.
Yeah. I could have. They would have been much better suited with Obelisk. Also, the way I set them up, I just was doing some new stuff, and then I didn't plan it through. I literally showed up, thought I was going to do this or this, and I just combined those two ideas through the team on the table, and then we win. Yeah. And then I realized this is not a good team, and I was just like I didn't have any. I needed one more footballer to really work with Scalpel to do some cool stuff, and I had a lot of beat 'em up guys against farmers who have a shit ton of health.
Yeah, farmers have more health than anyone else. They don't have any armor hardly, but they're like 20 and up.
Yeah, they have a lot of health, and so I couldn't kill anything. Yeah. I was all like about killing stuff that game, and I was not. it was not
Not the
something
team to play that.
not the team to do.
If you're gonna play the farmers, you want to be some footballers.
Yeah, and if I had Obelisk behind them, it probably could have worked. But yeah, it was not. It was not good. I was so unhappy, and mostly with myself. Like Gary was bringing his A game.
Oh yeah, Gary was
not,
like, I want to do. He told me before you got there, he's like, I want this to be a quick game.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna do it right. And yeah, if I had been running my normal Mortician team,
it would have been different.
It would have been completely different. I would have been on top of my game. It would have been a really good game. We would have been both throwing all our best stuff.
Yeah.
And the stuff we know really well, and it would have been a fantastic game. But I showed up unprepared with a bad team, and I was just like, yeah, I have an idea for what my actual next game will be.
Yeah.
Running with Scalpel and a football team.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty excited. It's going to be like super football, like hardcore football.
At least the good thing is, you got your ass kicked.
Yeah.
Which is enjoyable.
Yeah. Not for me.
It was...
And it doesn't happen that often.
Really, really enjoyable for me. Yeah. But the good thing is now you know.
No.
It's a learning experience. You know what kind of character or kind of player this is now.
Yeah.
Where you put him on the field, you did it wrong. Now you know what you need to do right.
And if I had just had time to kind of research it and look at it more, I would have been more prepared. I just, with work and everything else, I just had not had time to. Yeah. I had done good to have them all put together, ready to play.
Yeah.
That was it. I did not get enough time to kind of study the cards and kind of figure out how do you use this guy? Because I kept looking at her, and it just didn't click. I was like, I don't really get what you're supposed to do with her. And then once I realized, I can use this ability on myself, suddenly I'm like, oh shit, yeah, she can do some crazy stuff, but it's a footballing team.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay. So
yeah, which was good because Gary got beat the week before.
Yeah.
And so it was good for him to get a win.
Yeah. Well, usually, he and I have played a lot more than everyone else because we before you started joining us again, it was just me and him every week, and usually we were playing that or something else, and so we played quite a few games, and usually it's good game for both, keeping each other on each other's toes, even if I'm not necessarily if either I'm doing really well or I'm not. I may not be scoring points, but I'm at least keeping him from doing whatever he wants, which is really fun and really easy to do with Mortician. Mm-hmm. It's just, I can't do what I want, but you're not going to get to do anything you want to do. Because, I see what you're doing. Nope. And I did that to him at least once this game. He was setting up a bunch of harvest markers, and he was going to teleport his scarecrow guy across the field and just score next activation. So I just was like, let me just take my fat guy, Fangtooth, and just run him through all your harvest markers. Yeah. Yep. No more harvest markers.
Yeah. And that's the fun thing about Guild Ball is, you have your basic... Each team has this kind of general, this is what they do kind of thing.
How
but
they play.
Then you kind of start learning the other people's teams and what their thing is, and then you go, he wants to be doing this, so I'm just going to do this to fuck with him or mess up that, or... It's fun. I like it.
It's a lot of fun.
I'm having a lot of fun playing Guild Ball. So.
Yeah, and it's like we did the same thing with War Machine, except it was a little bigger, a lot more modeled.
Yeah.
But it was a similar thing. Mm-hmm. You went when I would play against John Dorsey, I knew he was running certain jacks, and I hated them, and I knew what to expect out of them. Yeah. And I was like, oh man, I don't want to play this thing, but I'm going to play against him, and I got to come up with a way to get around this bullshit. And he's doing the same thing with me because I have my errands or guys that they hate, and they have all these cool abilities, and they're like, I hate playing against these guys. They got to figure a way to get around them, and stuff like that. It's the same thing. It's just
I'm curious because what the team up will be next week because you played Gary last week.
Yeah.
So and maybe Trey might be joining us. We tried to get Trey. Things keep coming up. Trey hasn't been able to join us. Yeah.
But the third man.
But hopefully he can join us. There will be 4 of us. We can do 2 games. I'm wondering if we'll do because you played Gary last week and I played Gary the week before that, and Trey played Gary last time too.
I imagine if Trey comes, it'll probably I imagine Gary will probably do another game with him.
Yeah, because he's still learning.
Yeah, and Gary's really good at playing games with people when they're learning. He's good at.
Me and you are gonna go head to head.
Yeah, maybe you and I will play. which will be interesting.
Because I'm going to bring my footballers.
Yeah, and if I play my team, my team's a footballer team.
Yeah.
So
I haven't played the footballers versus footballers yet.
So
it
maybe
should
we'll see how it goes. It's gonna be
There's
crazy.
going to be a lot of moving.
Yeah,
a lot of moving and shaking.
A lot of crazy shit.
Uh-huh.
So maybe that's what will happen. We'll see.
So check with us next week. May versus May. Ball, but no. No. I got nothing. Moving on.
Yeah. We just today played a board game.
Yeah, speaking with
we haven't played other than Gary. I mean, not Gary.
No, we've been playing with
Trey.
Trey.
Trey's been getting some new games. Trey, checking them out.
Trey's really working to get a producer credit on this show by buying board games. So we'll keep talking about.
I don't think that's why he's buying them.
No, it's not
but
at all.
We do get to play with them.
That seems to be what's happening. Because every week we only play board games because he bought them and we're playing them.
It's just time.
Yeah,
and a lot of
money.
Things,
mostly.
We've been playing Go Ball a lot. Though sometimes we'll take a break from tabletops and play a board game, which we should. At some point we need to do Dark Souls, and we need to do some other stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, he got a new one. It was out of print, but it's back. Called Santorini.
Santorini.
Yeah, and it's this cool little game.
It's very weird.
Yeah. I don't think you liked it very much.
I like it. I just didn't win.
Yeah, exactly. That's why
it's like every game we played, I would get fucked somehow. and I was like, oh, this is just the game I get fucked.
Yeah, yep.
Every time.
Every time. It's like
you were out in 2 turns the first time.
No, one turn.
The second time, I mean. It was 1 round. I moved once, and then I was done. I couldn't. By the time I came around to move the second time, I couldn't do it, so I was done.
Yeah.
So
basically, the game, you got is it 5x5? No, it's like. Yeah, it's
a 5x5.
5x5 grid.
Grid, yeah.
And it's this Greek theme where you have the Greek gods, and you're building these little buildings towers.
Little towers.
They're 3 sections and then a dome that sits on top. And then so the goal is to build a tower and then get on top of it.
Yes.
Without putting it. If someone puts a dome on it, it caps it off, and you can't get on it anymore. So you're trying to get to a certain point and get on it. And then that's just the basic game. So the whole mechanics is you move a square, and then you can place anywhere around you.
Yeah.
You build a section of a building.
Section of a building.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is you have to move one, and you have to place a building.
If you're not
every
able
round.
to,
if you're not able to, you lose.
You're out.
Which that's pretty easy to do most time. Well, that's how I got screwed in one game.
You basically got trapped
because I couldn't.
And it wasn't intentional. We accidentally did it to you.
Yeah. And but then there are gods cards that you draw or pick or whatever, and they have special abilities that shake up the game even more. And it's interesting.
It is interesting. It's it's kind of like in some ways. I kind of wanted to liken it to chess because it's on a grid and everyone has kind of special abilities. Sometimes
it's also like Connect 4 in a way where you're trying to maneuver
it's like a 3-dimensional Connect 4.
Yeah, that's how Trey described it.
Yeah, it's really a good way.
Connect 4 with depth.
Yeah,
height instead of whatever.
Yeah, it's a 3-dimensional Connect 4.
Yeah,
and
it's fun.
Yeah.
I just didn't win
at
all. I kept getting weird. I'd get cool cards. I was like, "Oh, this card's awesome."
I think I won half the game.
And then y'all, the last one we played, my guy was Eros, EROS.
Yeah.
And his whole thing was there were 2. You had to get if you could get your 2 dudes.
Yeah.
Right next to each other, on 1 level up. You win.
Yeah.
Just that. Well, y'all knew it. Y'all both had gods that had weird moving other players.
I had the Minotaur where I could basically
just push me around.
I could move into an enemy opponent's space, which normally you can't do, and I can push them directly away. As long as there's a space behind them to go, I can push them.
Yeah.
And then
Trey had a leapfrog thing.
Was Charon.
Yeah.
He had Charon, and he could which is weird for him, but he can take an opponent and take them and flip them to the other side of him.
Yeah.
Which is weird. He ferries them.
Yeah, basically. And it was just so I was screwed right from the beginning because I was oh, I'll never get close to each other because y'all just keep pushing me around.
We literally built the big wall down the middle.
I wasn't even trying to get them near each other. I was just trying to build a tower while y'all were doing y'all's bullshit.
It's fun. I did like it.
It's an interesting game. I took a picture of it and put it on the Instagram.
The hams
and said this is a weird game.
Yeah,
but it's called Santorini.
Santorini. Yeah, it's barely been out of print, and so.
But there's a new one out now. You can. I don't know if it's still available,
Yeah.
but you can. You could get it.
Yeah, it's a cool looking game too.
Yeah.
Like at first it looks really simple and kind of silly, but then once you start building it up,
Yeah,
like, it looks really cool.
Yeah, it has some design to it. It's cool. It's neat. I like it. So we'll have to try to play it. It's a 2 to 3 player, or 2 to 4 player. It'll do 2 players, which is one. You play against one against one, and then there's 3 player, which is everyone against everyone, and then 4 player. He said that it's teams.
Yeah,
you
so
each move a dude and y'all work together. So. Doesn't sound as fun as 4 player, but I can see if you got 4 players, it'd be fun. But
we enjoy it. Because the test game, it was just you and I playing, and just to get the basic mechanic down, he was like, all right. And then he introduced the God cards, and then we started playing 3 players, and it gets crowded real quick.
Yeah, with 3 players, I think it's great playing 3 players. It makes it very difficult and complex really quickly.
Yeah.
Because
1-on-1 is very much more like chess. Where
Yes.
you're playing your opponent, and you're like watching what they're doing, and you're
figuring
trying
out
to
what their moves are. And
when you have it add another player, it's like.
It's like playing chess with third person.
Yeah, exactly. You're trying to watch both of them, and it gets tricky.
Yeah, and then you can make a little more mistakes that way.
And then you add the gods that keep you from doing stuff or make you do stuff you don't want to do or whatever.
But it's good.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
It's good.
I like it. I'd like to play some more.
Yeah. Santorini.
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 Yeah.
Santorini.
Yeah, it's fun to say too.
Santorini. Good. I played one other game this week. I went back to Civilization 6, which is actually your game. I don't actually own it, but I've been playing your copy of it.
Yeah.
And it's a good game.
It's fun.
It's a really
I've been
fun
thinking about
game.
playing it some more because I was watching you play it.
You can't because I'm playing.
I need it back, Dudley.
It's good. I played 2 games so far.
Did you win the first one?
I did not.
Who were you playing?
I was France. I always choose random.
There's your problem.
I never pick what country I play.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I never picked it. I like just because they're all different. They have benefits of different things, and to always make it interesting, I always play random. I used to pick them when I like Civ 4 and 5. I started out picking them, and I was like, I pick the same ones all the time, and I know how to play them. So I wrote random every time now.
I have ones I really like playing,
but
I generally will start. I generally start. I don't necessarily do random, but I will go through and pick something different every time I play a game. Because like Civ 5, I really like playing Japanese because the samurais are amazing.
Yeah.
I also like playing
I played America.
The Iroquois, I think.
Oh yeah, the Iroquois are really good early.
Is it them or the Aztecs? I can't remember which.
One of them. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it's the Iroquois. They have like.
Some crazy good stuff early game,
and so like you can get. I like playing a lot of different stuff. Yeah.
And so I was determined. I always play random, but so the first game I started was I bid random, and I was the French, and I was playing them, and was going really well. I was doing fine, and my goal was
who beat you?
Germany.
Oh yeah.
The Germans. No, that's not true. I thought the Germans were beating me. No, it was the Americans, actually.
Oh,
the Americans beat the French.
Oh, yeah?
They beat me in a culture war.
Oh, yeah?
They just completed all the stuff, and I was trying to catch up, and I was basically gearing up to nuke him in the hopes that it would, like, buy me enough time to catch up, and as soon as I had the nuke, I had the submarine going there, and he beat me. We were at war, and I was hoping that would slow him down, too, because I was constantly creating because the spies are a lot of fun in this one.
The spies are good.
Because you can send them to a city, and then depending on what structure districts they have, depending on what you can do to them.
Yeah.
And if they have neighborhoods, which is like, housing stuff.
The districts.
The district for creating a lot of homes.
Yeah.
And if you have one of those, you can send the spy there, and they can create rebels, which is basically just spawning barbarians in the middle of their country.
I didn't know that was a thing, but I saw you doing it. I'm like, that's amazing.
And so I just constantly did that. He was fighting barbarians the whole time we were at war. We were across he was in. I did the Earth map. I was in Europe. He was in Russia, and there was a city state, 3 or 4 city states between us. So the only way to get at each other was to go all the way around, and so we didn't ever actually fight directly, other than a few of our ships kind of interacting. But so my way of fighting him was creating barbarians in his country, and it was awesome.
The spy stuff in the new version is fantastic.
Cool.
There's so much stuff you can do with it.
You can siphon money from them.
Yeah.
I got and my new game, I've been using it a lot, and I've gotten 400 gold.
Yeah.
And just boop, like that, just steal it right from the enemy, and it's great.
I know one of my first games on Civ 6 I played, I was going for a science victory. I was heading for a space race, and I was doing really well. And then I had problems with one of my neighbors. I can't remember what country it was, and they were ahead of me. And I was like, "What am I gonna do?" They were kind of just a hair in front of me. And so what I did was I looked at all their cities, and any of them that had a space
a science marker. Yeah.
Well, yeah. There's
or rocket.
Yeah, there's a rocket.
What's
it called? It's a
space.
It's a rocket. Plant.
It's NASA, basically.
Yeah, it's basically a station to build rocket parts. I sent a spy to every one of those cities. There was 3 of them, and I sabotaged every one of them.
Yeah, spaceport.
Yeah, spaceport. That's it.
So
I sabotaged all of their spaceports.
I did that to Germany once.
And so they did not have any. All of them just stopped production, and then I just basically passed them and got ahead of them there, and then ended up losing a culture victory to another country, which I was in a similar situation. I was like,
"Oh, you're dying."
I was in a similar situation. They were ahead of me in the culture, and I was like, I got to stop them. And I was like, I have a nuke. I'm sending it over. It was literally, I had just arrived at a town right next to their capital, and I was going to blow them up, and then they won. And I was like, crap, launch a nuke. And then I did one more turn, launch nuke.
That's what I did, too. I was like, okay, I didn't win, but I'm still going to nuke you.
Yeah.
So I blew 2 cities off the map. It's good. I've started my second game in it, and I wanted to do a new map, and so I went to the workshop, which wasn't available the last time I was playing.
Okay.
So I could find new maps, and someone had made some really nice maps for Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
For the Westeros.
Song of
Ice and Fire, yeah. There's a Westeros map.
Yeah.
And it's really good and pretty accurate in a lot of ways as far as mountains and everything. And so I did random, and I got the Romans. So I was like, and I set it up. I was like, well, if I'm doing Westeros, I'm doing a domination only game.
Yeah,
you have to dominate everything.
Yeah, exactly.
You fight for the throne. You fight to win, or you die.
Yeah.
So. And so I started out as Rome, and for anyone who's familiar with Westeros, I started out at the Trident, which is right in the neck of Westeros. It's a choke point.
Yeah.
And my city blocks off 2 halves of the whole continent. And I'm right next to the Eyrie, which is completely surrounded by mountains.
Yeah.
Except for 2 ways in.
I thought it was really clever the way they set it up, is that to get into the Vale, there's there's 2 ways, and
there's
then
2,
if you come in by sea,
yes, there's 2 ways around the mountains by land, one way is real narrow and along the top, and the other way is just right up from the bottom.
Yeah.
And then the only other way is by sea.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm putting a city right in there.
Uh-huh.
I have to.
Yeah.
And so my whole thing was I built a city, and then my second settler was right below it, so I could block it off. And then I built one right in the middle of it. And so I have that, and it's been great.
Yeah.
I've already taken out a whole other country.
Yeah, there you go.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm still playing that one.
I it's partly because I'm such a big Song of Ice and Fire fan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually listening to the audiobook for the first one.
Yeah, I'm rereading the first book. So.
Yeah, I wanted to reread them just because we just finished the show last season of the show was a couple of weeks ago, and so I was kind of like wanting more, and I was like, I'm gonna reread the books, and then I'm also in the middle of a couple other books, so I was like, well, and I was like, I can get it on Audible, and so I got the first one. I'm halfway through it already.
Yeah,
and because
you're further along than I am.
Yeah, I can't stop listening to it. I was gonna just listen to it on my commute to work, and then I found myself getting home, and then rather than playing a game or watching something, I'll play like a little app game on my phone and listen to it for like the rest of the evening.
Yeah.
And so I'm burning right through it.
Yeah.
But the books are so good. They're so good.
It's good.
There's so much detail and so much fun stuff. But the map layout is fantastic. There's all kinds of cool features of it, and like I just enjoy looking at it.
Yeah.
And then I played. I looked. I think Crusader. Every time I'm playing a game, it's one of the first things I look for in player-made stuff. Is did someone make a Westeros map for it? I looked at Crusader Kings. Someone built a Westeros version of it, which I've not played. I've thought about it. I started to make a game, and I didn't get that far into it. But I would love to play like a Crusader Kings game of that and put some time into it. Yeah.
It's the map and whoever made it did a great job.
Yeah.
And there's also a version of it that has Essos in it as well, which I've done one where it had Essos, and Essos is huge.
It's huge. It's so big.
And so I was just like, I started in Esso, so I was like, eventually I'll make it to Westeros. And so I was like, man, and that was in like Civ 5 when I did that one, but I'll probably may give it a try the next round, but it's a little smaller. It have to be so big. But yeah, it's good. It's good. I've also found an Earth map that's big because the Earth. There's some. Well, actually, I didn't realize there were some already Earth maps that were bigger in the game too. So I don't know. Yeah. I'll have to look at them.
Yeah.
I'm glad they added the Earth map back into it because that was my problem when we first got it.
Yeah.
It's there now, so check it out. But yeah, that's what I've been playing this week.
I always like the Earth map because there's a moment of discovery. It's like, you start it and you're like revealing parts of the map and you're like, where am I? This looks like such and such. And then just look, I'm in wherever. And like I remember one time, and I guess I picked a smaller version of the map and didn't realize it. I thought, I must be in some part of Europe. And it turned out I was in America, but because of the scale was so small, it didn't really look right. And I was like, the whole country was like, 6 hexes across. That was it, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, like one city covers the whole country.
Yeah, exactly. One city covers the whole country, and I was like, oh, that wasn't right.
Yeah.
I picked the wrong side.
And half of it's mountains.
Yeah, exactly.
The Rocky Mountains. You can't do anything with. Yeah. I haven't looked at the American part because I haven't been over there.
Yeah.
Or I wasn't over there hardly at all, so I don't know what it looked like. But yeah, it's good. It's good. So I recommend it. Did you play anything else?
No, that's all I played.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into some news then. Play the news music.
I don't have news. Music.
You're useless, Daniel.
I
useless.
I might be.
Fine. We'll just have to proceed without the news music. A lot of Nintendo stuff I want to talk about.
Oh yeah.
In fact, everything on my list is Nintendo except for one thing.
Oh, yeah.
So do you want me to start with the one thing, or do you want to go to Nintendo?
Let's go a little... I don't know. I don't care.
You're supposed to have some input.
I decided I didn't care.
Okay. Most of this is quick. They had a Nintendo Direct, and a lot of information came out with the future stuff.
Okay. I remember it was coming, but I didn't I haven't been able to keep up with what all came out of it.
So they've announced several games that are coming to the Switch.
Okay.
Doom.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Wolfenstein 2.
Okay.
Both are coming to the Switch.
Bethesda's just cranking out all kinds of stuff.
Bethesda's sold on the Switch, apparently, which
yeah.
is awesome because they weren't on the past Nintendo stuff.
I guess it's technically ZeniMax, but
yeah, ZeniMax, Bethesda.
Yeah.
Doom will be out this holiday season, and Wolfenstein will be out next year.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool. I already have Doom, so I won't be getting it, but I don't have Wolfenstein.
I have both, though. All right. Well, I have access to your copy of Doom, and I have Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
So
if you have Wolfenstein, then
I have
be
Wolfenstein.
Getting either one.
Yeah.
But that's awesome that it's on Switch. I'm gonna have to check out and see how good it looks.
I'm probably gonna get Skyrim on the Switch. Because I want to replay it.
It's coming out in November.
Yeah. It's coming quick.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff coming out.
Yeah.
I want.
They've also announced that they're putting some classic arcade games on the Switch.
Oh, yeah?
Starting in September 27th, which is the original Mario.
Okay.
But there's a bunch of, it's like arcade versions of, I was reading about it, they're arcade versions of these games. So it's not like the normal original NES version of Mario.
Okay.
It's like the arcade, which is mostly the same, I understand, but then some of the other games they're coming out with, which I didn't list them, but are also, so check those out. They're not like the original NES one, they're the arcade versions that were like in arcade system.
Okay.
NES classics are coming next year.
Okay,
They're
so more NES classics.
More NES classics are coming next year. They've announced summer 2018.
Okay.
They will be putting out more NES classics.
So
they are also.
If you didn't get one this time,
you can get one.
You'll have another chance.
They are, which I was right. I said that's probably what they're going to do.
Yeah.
And they are. They're also going to continue shipping in SNES classics all the way into 2018, probably up until the NES comes out.
Okay.
So there will be a lot more. It's not like a one and done like
they did with the NES.
NES. So
I think they learned their lesson.
Yes. So Nintendo apparently learned. We've heard our outcry
that we want this shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's good because I haven't had time to keep up with SNES stuff, news, or when it's coming out. Isn't it supposed to come out soon?
It's
this month, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Isn't it next week? Maybe.
Maybe
I don't know. I haven't had time to keep up with it, and I'm worried. I've forgotten when it comes out. I think it comes out this week.
Oof, I don't have money for that.
I don't either, and so we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I'd forgotten when it was coming out. But, I've also heard from, this is not really news, but it's kind of a...
29th.
29?
So not this week, but next week.
I have a check coming that around that time.
I should have... Yeah, so it should be a week from next Friday.
All right. So I might be able to buy it.
Yeah, I should have a new debit card by then, so I can spend my money again.
Moving on quickly, because we are running out of time.
Yes.
This is not a news, but it is kind of a review. The Destiny 2 came out a week ago.
Yeah.
Our buddies
and
have been playing it.
People keep talking to me about it, and it makes me want it.
Yes.
And I don't...
It's high on my list to buy right now, because...
High to buy.
Ham has been talking about it a lot, and our buddy Trey has been talking about it a lot. So, and they're both saying, Ham says it's a big improvement over the first one.
Yeah.
And Trey just said today, and it made me laugh, he goes, Destiny 2 is what Destiny 1 should have been.
Yeah.
It's like Destiny 1 was the beta for Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Which I get that.
I know. At first I thought, you know what, I don't give a shit about Destiny. I'm over it. I don't feel the need to play it. And then they start talking about it. I was like, well, I kind of want to play it.
Yeah. My predicament is that Ham has it on Xbox One. Yeah. I don't have an Xbox One.
No.
Trey has it on PlayStation 4, and you're going to buy it on PC.
I don't have. Well, I assume
because you don't have any of the other consoles.
I don't own any consoles. Maybe they'll come out with it on Switch.
I don't think so.
I don't own any of the next-gen consoles except for the Switch, and so it's on PC. So part of me is like, I'll just play on PC. One, because it's on PC, and then two, because I would be better at it on PC. Like, if I play on PC, I can use a keyboard and mouse, and I'm better with shooters with a keyboard and mouse. I'm just way better that way. And
but you won't have anyone to play with.
I won't have anyone to play with. That's the problem, which means I may not play it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know.
I'll probably end up just getting it on PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
Because Trey plays it, and I played the first one with him, so I'll probably just get it on there.
Yeah, and
because I don't have an Xbox.
Yeah.
And really, our internet's not good enough for both of us to play
Yeah.
PC games together
Yeah.
online. So
maybe you can get it, and I can check it out.
Yeah,
I'll
you can
check
play
out
it.
your copy.
Yeah.
I can jump on and play it.
We'll work it out.
Yeah.
We'll work it out.
Yeah.
But yeah. There was one other game I thought that was interesting, and Ham pointed out to it, called Octopath Traveler.
Yeah, he sent that, and I completely forgot to look at the link.
I looked at it, and the
Yeah.
trailer looks interesting.
Yeah.
It's like a RPG fantasy game where you play 8 different characters, traveling 8 different worlds. I don't know if they're connected or what. I don't really fully understand it. Looks beautiful. It's like an interesting blend of sprites and 3D.
Okay.
Like you're in a 3D environment walking around, kind of like old school Zelda, giant map, but it's 3D instead of flat. And then, but your characters are still detailed pixel art sprites.
Okay.
And it's an RPG.
I was swamped at work, and I saw he texted a link, and he said it looked good, and I meant to watch it, and I completely forgot.
Yeah.
Until you said it, I did not even remember he said it.
It looks good. Apparently, it's a working title. It may not be called Octopath Traveler, but they showed it in the Nintendo Direct as well.
Okay.
And, so if you like RPGs and sprite games, check it out.
I need to check it out. I'll have to look at it.
It's gorgeous. It looks great. I don't know when it's coming out, but it looks good.
Yeah.
So it's just a pretty looking game. So maybe check that out. And that's it. That's all I got.
That's all you got?
That's all I get.
Oh.
Like I said, it's all Nintendo stuff except for a little bit of Destiny.
Yeah.
Oh, Nathan Fillion, who's in the new Destiny 2.
He was in Destiny 1.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, he played the same guy, and that guy's in Destiny 1.
Oh, okay.
He's one. You know when you went to like the home base place, and you walked into the room, and there's like guys around the big conference. He's one of those guys.
Oh, okay.
I know you didn't play enough to know that, but he is. Yeah.
I barely left Earth, so whatever. I got to the moon and I stopped playing. And he has, as a thank you for him doing in the game, he got a hand cannon.
It looks beautiful.
I think based off the one his character uses in the game, and it looks great.
It looks so good.
It looks badass.
It looks amazing.
So you can go look at pictures of that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm done.
Okay.
Nintendo did say...
I thought you were done!
I forgot, in the Nintendo shipping SNES, it said, Nintendo themselves said, don't pay more than $80 for the SNES.
Classic.
Do not do it. Because, they're going to come out with
more. They're going to come out with more.
Like, basically,
just be patient.
Be patient. Don't get ripped off.
Yeah, don't get ripped off. Don't pay like $300 or something. Because anyone who paid way too much for one of those NES is going to feel real dumb.
Well, and it's also, we were talking about the bundles that they're coming out with for the SNES.
And
it's almost like Nintendo's telling people not to buy that.
Yeah.
And I think that's interesting.
Yeah.
So Nintendo maybe has got our back.
Yeah. Maybe they're going to make it all right. They're going to make it all right, Dudley.
They make it all right.
Maybe they're going to make it
No, I already have an NES Classic, so I don't care about that anymore.
Yeah, I have access to yours. I care more about the Super NES Classic anyway. So I'm glad that they're getting it right. I'm hoping I will still be able to get one. I'm patient enough that I can wait.
I will find a side job to do so I can buy one.
Yeah, you're going to get some... You do some side
work.
Yeah.
What gesture are you making? I don't understand.
I'm stretching my hand.
That's like a hammering motion.
Yeah,
it looks like some contract work.
Yeah, you're going to do some contract work. Well, go to our website.
Our website, not any other website.
I mean, you can go to other websites.
You don't need to do hammering
You can go to any other website you want. No judgment here. But, deafandumb.com. DEAFNDUMB.com. Does that make sense? DEAFNDUMB.com. And top of the page, you can see links to subscribe to us. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on Facebook. We totally put stuff up there constantly.
Facebook, not so much. Really, neither one. I do more stuff on my own personal, but we do post when the episodes come out.
Yeah,
and if we have any news or anything, we will be posting.
And if we're ever at an event, that's where we'll probably talk about it.
It'll be on our Deaf and Dumb pages.
And but go to iTunes and subscribe to us and review us, please. That'd be awesome. We'd appreciate it.
Yes.
And just keep listening every Monday. We'll put another one out. We've been doing it for a year and a half.
Yeah, wow.
We're getting close to that 100 episode marker, I think.
Yeah, we're only 17 episodes.
Yeah,
out.
We're not too far out.
So that's only half a year.
Yeah,
not even half a year.
Yeah,
I don't know math.
Time.
That's not even like a third. It's like less than a third.
Anyway,
that was bad.
You're dumb.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for listening. I'm Dan May.
And I'm Dudley May, and this has been Deaf and Dumb.